Good morning. Investigators in Rhode Island are still searching for their killer 6 days after the deadly shooting at Brown University. Police say 9 agencies, 9, are combing through hours of evidence and urging the public to come forward if they saw this person potentially casing the scene hours before opening fire. Well, NewsNation's Marcus Espinoza has the very latest for us from Providence. Good morning, Marcus. What progress have investigators made toward finding their suspect?
Hey, Anna, good morning. Yeah, they're making that slow, steady progress right now, but they still need the public's help. They have released a few new things that we're talking about here. Some DNA evidence has been found that we'll get into in just a bit, but also have released images of another person that they would like to speak to that could be really critical in this particular investigation here. So a couple of things we learned from a press conference that was yesterday just after 4 p.m. I listened into that entire thing, and they described a person of interest, if we can bring that photo up as well, and also DNA evidence. So they want to speak to somebody who they believe was in very close proximity to the initial person of interest that they are investigating right now in this case here. That is something that they want to do. Police have released new images of a person seen on security cameras near the university both before and after the shooting there. And they want to be clear, this person is not being identified as a suspect, but rather that they may have crossed paths with the gunman and could have information that's critical to the investigation.
We have video footage of that determines to us and the detectives that can tell that this person was in the vicinity where the subject of interest was that we wanted that we actually have an interest on. Close enough that we feel that we need to speak with them.
Now, police say the green area shows where the shooter was before the attack, while the red area shows where he fled, urging anyone inside the blue perimeter to check doorbell security cameras or dash cams in their cars, even their cell phones. They may have video or pictures of the suspect potentially casing the area about a week before the shooting. Officials are also warning the public not to rely on AI-generated images, which are circulating online right now. And city leaders are sharing an update on the victims, and it is good news. 2 people have been discharged from the hospital. 1 survivor remains in critical condition, and 5 others are now stable. Parents told the mayor their children are continuing to improve. So questions were raised about security at that press conference. Brown did confirm that they have 1,200 security cameras. I also reported on that yesterday and about afternoon there, and they said they're not going to give away locations on where those security cameras are. That would, quote, defeat the purpose, but that they are providing, Anna, any sort of footage that the police need and trying to obviously help get this person caught. But they are reiterating that this is a campus that does indeed have some 1,200 security cameras.
So why are these the best pictures we have then? Marcus, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.